I hate to tell you this, but you might be doing your long tones wrong. G'day and welcome back to the A to Z of Clarinet. My name is Philip and we have reached L, which is for long tones. Long notes. I've always called them long notes. If I say long notes, I apologise. I mean long tones. Long tones are the foundation of every good practice session, and my philosophy's always been to learn to play the clarinet every single day. And to me, that begins with the beauty of sound. So clickbaity title aside, if you practice long tones as individual notes, then there's more you could be doing. Now, a quote that rings in my ears, and one that I go back to very often, I think it's by Jimmy Abato, but I might not be correct, and that is, anyone can play a beautiful note, but very few can play a beautiful interval. Our long note practice should reflect that. We don't just need exercises that are warm-ups, we need exercises that build the beauty of our sound and all of its elements every time we play. Today I'd like to share with you 3 long note exercises that I go back to frequently. Each one focuses on the beauty of the sound, but they all incorporate different elements of music making into them. Now, a disclaimer, none of these exercises are my own. I'm incredibly fortunate to have had some amazing teachers over the years, and basically, I've had so many teachers and learnt so many wonderful things that I don't need to write my own exercises. These ones will do me just fine, thanks. This first exercise I like to call Waking Up. It's a register crossing exercise and it focuses on carrying the beauty of the low register up into the clarion register and maintaining a beautiful sort of homogeneity of sound across the registers. The reason I call it Waking Up is because it moves upwards through the range, and as you do, the sound blossoms and becomes nice and full and bright. Now, this is a pretty easy one to memorize. We start on a low E, followed by a B, so add the register key. Then we move up a semitone to the C. We then repeat that 3-note pattern, a semitone higher, and move our way up through the range that way. The second exercise I have for you, I don't know if it has a name, I call it intervals on E. Now this plays right into the philosophy of playing beautiful intervals and not just beautiful notes. So what we do in this exercise is we start on our fundamental note, a low E, and over 3 octaves we go up a semitone and then up a major 7th. So E, F, E, F, E, F, connecting all of those notes together. Then the crucial part of this exercise, which is slurring back down again. Remember, slurring downward is harder than slurring upward. Once we've completed that, we then change our interval to a major 2nd and a minor 7th. So we go E to F sharp and then F sharp to E. And don't forget to slur back down again. You can probably see where we're going with this. We now go to a minor 3rd and a major 6th. And basically, we continue working our way up the range in that fashion. You probably notice that we end up going to that high E above the staff. So we really have to focus on keeping our sound nice and rich and not letting it get thin. Now this final one, I just call it voicings, and I'm pretty sure that's all it's really called. When I first moved to the States and was living in a dorm in New York, every time I walked past a practice room, I would hear a clarinet playing this exercise, and I heard it everywhere. It seemed to me like at any one point, you could walk through the city of New York and hear at least one person playing this at any one time. So my dear friend, Dr. Christine Carter, gets credit for this exercise because it was her that I asked. I said, hey, what is that exercise I hear everybody doing? So if you're familiar with voicings, this is probably no secret to you. But you might want to check out my video on high notes. That might help you. But what we're going to do is we're going to play a low A and then play our fundamental. And then without the register key and using a breath start to our note, we're going to play the first and then our second partial. And then we work our way up the range, and I go as far as the E on the bottom line of the staff. Now, if you're feeling really brave, you might want to go up and do the third partial as well. I do that sometimes, especially on bass. That's a really great exercise. So there's our 3 basic exercises. We have my friend Bruce Gillum with the waking up exercise from the Daily Dozen. We have the intervals on E. It might have been Abato, it might have been Andy Crisanti. Please, someone tell me who wrote that exercise. Hi, Philip from the future here. Yes, this exercise is by Jimmy Abato, except he goes 1 octave higher on the top note there. Also, that quote about being able to play a beautiful note but not a beautiful interval, that's from Stanley Hasty. So there you go. Boy, I'm handsome. And then we have what I call Christine Carter's voicing exercise. The important thing is to do something with your long tones. Don't just play single notes. We need to think about connecting those notes together, homogenizing the sound, or focusing on the different characteristics of the sound in different ranges. And let's not forget intonation and dynamics as well. All of these things we should be working on actively when we're practicing our long tones. So that's a nice quick one for you today. Now we are halfway through the alphabet. We have got we're past K, we're into the second half now. So I want to hear from you. What would you like me to cover in the back half of the alphabet? We've got some really weird letters coming up. We've got O, we've got P, Q, Z. What the heck are we going to do for those? So please give me some ideas on what to cover in upcoming episodes. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate this. Now, if you'd like a copy of these exercises and some of the other exercises I've had in previous videos, there's a little link in the description where you can sign up for my mailing list. That will give you access to all the files I have now and will be making over the coming weeks. And if I have anything cool to share with you, I might send you an email from time to time. I'm not going to spam you with this mailing list. But that's it for today. Go and enjoy your beautiful long tones. Take care, and I'll see you soon.